You know, in sports, the line between an incredible win and just total heartbreak, it can be paper thin. And we just saw a perfect example of that. We're going to break down this wild story about the Denver Broncos, where a huge playoff victory was immediately followed by some absolutely devastating news. So let's just dive right in. I mean, this is the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, all packed into one night. Just imagine it. 1 minute, you're on top of the world, celebrating a trip to the AFC Championship. And then, literally, the next, you're hit with news that just changes everything. And the craziest part? It all went down in about an hour. So you've really got two completely different stories happening at the same time here. On one side, you have this incredible down-to-the-wire playoff win that has the whole city of Denver absolutely electric. And on the other side, well, you've got this gut punch of an announcement that might just derail their entire championship run. Okay, so let's set the scene, right? It's in Power Field at Mile High. The Broncos are in this absolute dogfight with the Buffalo Bills. It's a playoff game. It goes to overtime. The stadium is just buzzing. And then Will Lutz steps up and just drills a 23-yard field goal. Game over. They win 33-30. The place just erupts. It's pure chaos, pure joy. And the guy at the center of it all? No question, it was their quarterback, Bo Nix. He was on fire. We're talking 279 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. And get this was the 6th time this season he engineered a game-winning drive. The dude was clutch. He was their guy, the leader of this team, no doubt about it. But just as the celebration is hitting its peak, the whole story just flips on its head. About an hour after all that joy on the field, Coach Sean Payton walks up for his press conference. And the very first thing he says is, "Not good news." Just 3 words. And you could just feel the air go out of the room. And that not good news? Yeah, it was a fractured right ankle for Bo Nix. It needs surgery, and boom, just like that, his season's over. The very guy who just willed them to victory is out for the rest of the playoffs. So the big question is, wait, how? How did this even happen? Okay, so if you rewind the tape, it all happened right at the end of overtime. With about 6 minutes left, Nix gets tackled, gets up, kind of limping a bit, but you see that all the time in football, right? No big deal. But the real damage, it happened on the very last play before the field goal. He kneels down to set up the kick, and his ankle just twists in a super awkward way. And with everyone going crazy for the win, nobody seemed to notice. And here's where it gets even crazier. Most of his own teammates had no idea. They found out the same way we all did by watching their coach at that press conference. Can you imagine? A bunch of them were probably already home still celebrating and had no clue their starting quarterback season was done. Just, wow. So, okay, Nix is out, the celebration's over, now what? Well, in the NFL, it's always next man up. The team has to move on, and fast. And now the weight of this entire playoff run lands squarely on the shoulders of their backup, Jarrett Stidham. So, who is this guy, Jarrett Stidham? Well, he hasn't seen much action this season, but he's not brand new to this. You might remember, he actually started the last 2 games of 2023 after Sean Payton decided to bench Russell Wilson. He even got a win in one of those. So he's got some experience, but man, talk about being thrown into the deep end. But you know, despite how bleak this all sounds, Coach Payton is coming out swinging. He's basically saying, hey, I've got a backup who could be starting for a lot of other teams. And then he ends with this: watch out, just watch. That's not just coach speak, that's a message. He's telling everyone not to count them out just yet. All right, so we've talked about the team, but let's go back to Bo Nix for a second. Because as awful as this is for the Broncos, the personal side of this story for him it's just incredible. This isn't just a random injury. For him, this is a nightmare he's literally been through before. 3. Just let that number sink in. This is the 3rd time in his football career that Bo Nix has suffered a fractured ankle. It's an unbelievable string of terrible luck for a player this good. This has been the story of his career, really. It happened in high school, it happened when he was at Auburn, and now it happens again in the NFL playoffs on the biggest stage of his life. You have to think this is way more than just a physical recovery for him. It's got to be a huge mental battle, too. So how does a person even deal with that? Well, Coach Payton shared this little story about what he saw right after Nix got the news. He said Nix wasn't losing it, wasn't freaking out. He was just sitting there, quietly, in a hallway with his family, relying on his faith. I mean, that just tells you everything you need to know about the kind of person he is, right? just incredible strength. And so that leaves us with the million-dollar question. The Broncos have been this amazing story all year, but this is a massive blow. So, is this it? Is the magical run over? Or is this the start of a legendary underdog story for the ages? I guess we're all going to have to watch and see what happens next.